Right then, regulars, don't click off. You've not watched this video before. Just because all the cards and everything are in front of me, I just filmed this at the same time. Because, essentially, I've never sat back here before and I want some feedback. I'm just clicking because I have got stuff over here that I'm going to show you. Yeah, I just wanted some feedback. I don't know whether I like it like this. I really don't. I feel like a newsreader. It's almost like, for all those Brits in the UK, I need Susanna Reid sat by the side of me, but then I probably wouldn't have her sat beside me rather than on me. But anyway, so, subscriber video. I've just smashed out a couple of videos about Battlefield 4 and the 290, because I never made a video about the 290, and a lot of people kept asking about it. If you don't find reviews on the channel, make sure you go and check the website, because we can't make videos, or I can't make videos about everything. Sometimes things just get, you know, we get behind with stuff, and for us to kind of set everything up and start making videos, we've only got a small office, so generally stuff gets moved, you know, around all over the place. It does make life a little bit difficult for us. But the one thing that I was kind of saying was in Battlefield that the 290 kind of makes the 290X a little bit pointless, although in some of the other results it was a little bit more confusing. But we've got a lovely selection of graphics cards here, which obviously when vendors, because these ones come straight from AMD and these ones come from Nvidia, although the Titan is in the cupboard. Hang on a sec. Right then, so the boy is back. And I can't believe I've just filmed about 20 minutes of this without remembering to plug my mic in, so I'm having to do it again. So, people were blatantly going to be shouting at the screen about the Titan not being about because I don't have it anymore. So I just wanted to bring the camera in, there we go, remote, yes, yes. Just to kind of prove that it is still about. Now the reason why we didn't use it in the Battlefield or the... going to put this over here because it makes me nervous. I kept knocking it over before. The reason why we didn't use this in the Battlefield or the 290 video was, to be fair, that the 780 Ti just demolishes that now, and I don't really think that this is a viable gaming product. So we kind of like left it out because yeah, I mean the 780 almost made the Titan pointless. The 780 Ti just makes it redundant. Yeah. Anyway, so we will leave that point. So other stuff that we're going to be playing around with. I did want to talk about the 290 stuff more. I can't remember because of the section of the videos that I've made and stuff, but we are going to be doing... So yes, just to kind of recap, I can't remember when I cut off from talking about the Titan whether I'd covered this yet or not. So if I'm doing it again, please bear with me. It's just because my brain's a little bit frazzled from making so many videos all at once. And like I said, I have just filmed a good 20-25 minute segment of this video, forgot to plug my mic in, and I can't remember whether I've told you about this yet or not. So if I have, I'm sorry. So we've got the Kraken G10 in, and we're going to be playing about with the 290, maybe the 290X, probably the 290 to be fair. And essentially what we're going to be doing with the Kraken is we're going to have all AIO rig versus an all custom water cooling rig. So we'll have an X40 on the GPU, an X60 on the CPU, and we'll run some tests, overclocks and all that kind of malarkey, mainly like temperature based sort of tests. And then what we're going to do is, in the same case with the same rig, we're going to chuck some full water cooling in, and we're going to attack it the same way again. So we're going to be going AIO versus custom water cooling. Price, performance, temperatures, all that mean fandango. So that could actually be quite interesting, especially with the old AMD stuff. We're also going to be looking at the 787i gaming from MSI, which is their new MITX gaming motherboard. It's actually on test at the minute, just to the left hand side of the screen, just over there. It's all set up. I've done all the stock tests. Once I've done this and sorted these videos out, I'm going to be moving on to testing that and overclocking it and then redoing all the tests again. So that's, you know, what I've got kind of planned for myself after I've sorted all these videos out. But it's going to be quite interesting to see, because there was no performance difference from the GD65 going down to the GD65 gaming going down to the Z87M. so the M80X version. So it's going to be interesting to see if they manage to kind of pack the same kind of punch in with the Z87 ITX. And it'll also really, this is going to be the point that really proves my point about the fact that the current Haswell chips aren't that power hungry, means that most of the half decent motherboards can get the best from them. So this is going to be an interesting review for me personally, compared to some of the, you know, some of the claims that I've made. Also, something that we've got to do is some more GTX 780 Ti stuff. I'm going to be taking a look at the Gainwood Phantom GTX 780 Ti. Now, I really like the look of these. They are big boys because they're 2.5 slot, but the fans are behind the fins. The fins are on the top, exposed. So whereas with the this Asus, the fans are on the top blowing at the fins, with the Phantom, the fans are behind sucking air through the fins. And this is quite good in two respects. If you need to clean it, you can just hoover the fins straight away. You don't have to worry about, you know, taking stuff off and moving it and all that kind of stuff. Air dusters and stuff, you don't need it. And then the fans that are behind are actually removable. So you can pull those out, give them a quick hoover as well, slide them back in, bosh, done. But I think, personally, for an aftermarket cooler, these are one of the prettiest ones available. And I like the fact that it's very understated, where you can't see the fans. That's why I like it. Anyway, so we're going to be doing this. I do have quite a few 780 Tis kicking around here at the minute. And I do mean quite a few as well. Now, these are 2.5 slot. So these are very difficult for me to run 4 cards in. But I do have enough that I possibly could do a very rarely seen overkill 3D run. I did have a vendor that was prepared to send me over 4 blocks really, really early. They were beta blocks for the 290/290X. But because I wasn't overly favourable about the AMD 290X and 290, they would not lend me anymore. And by lend me, I do mean lend, because we don't get to keep everything that we touch. Although some people seem to assume that we do. And I did ask to borrow some more so I could do quad crossfire like I have done before in the past. And I was going to water cool them, and it wasn't going to be about temps. It was literally just going to be about us looking for performance numbers. But AMD basically decided that I wasn't in their good books. So, arseholes to them. And I'm probably, like I said, where I have got a few of the ties about, I'm going to try and find the time to set a rig up to drop those in. Because no matter what happens, having all the cards so close together, it will become a noisy affair, because it doesn't matter what motherboard you use, they will be like this. And it does mean that I have to turn the fans up on the cards, but also force air at these cards as well, cool air, to try and keep them cool. Unless someone magically somewhere wants to send me 4 780 Ti blocks and a water chiller maybe, wink wink nudge nudge, you know who you are, it would be a very, very noisy affair. And yeah, and obviously these things are very thermally based within their performance, as in they do perform better if they're kept cooler. So sandwiching them all together like that could end up, I'm not going to say with the fans on 100% it's going to restrict things, but if I had a water chiller, it would definitely save blood pouring from my ears from having all of those cards and deltas, you know, harshing at it. So yes, so there's a fair bit going on. Also, something that's going to be happening in the not too distant future, well, the beginning of January, is I'm going to have to move from making videos from the office kind of area for a bit, because I am gutting and renovating the office. The furniture's been here since dot, and people kept saying to me, why didn't I replace them? Now, this isn't solid, they're oak look work surfaces, they're not solid oak work surfaces, otherwise I'd be sitting on a £500 desk. So they're just oak look. Which is why they're so battered and scratched and kind of had hard life. They only came from Argos. I think that all of the furniture in the entire amount of my office, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've got 4 big desks like this. I've got a corner desk, I've got cupboards, I've got what I better call as a wardrobe. It's like a big tall cupboard type thing. I only spent about £1,000 on the furniture, and that was like 3-4 years ago. So this stuff has had a very hard working life, but it's done me well. But time's come that I do know that I need to change it. We've got that's all being changed. I've got a decorator coming in, the dodgy wallpaper's coming off, All of the walls are going to be replastered and skimmed and repainted. The ceiling's going to be skimmed. I'm getting proper like little spotlights put in. Furniture, like I said, I'm going to go for a very dark brown, almost black work surface, and we're going to have those going right the way around the office. Going to set up a permanent PSU testing station because the PSU tester is still there. I've just been waiting for some stuff to come from a vendor for me to do a nice big meaty review to start off with. Jay might become a permanent feature in the office, although he'll be flicking between here and working from his house, but he is going to be doing a lot more stuff in a not too distant future. And just so that you know, with things like this, Jay's already, this come through the door and Jay was filming this within about 20 minutes of it arriving. And that's something that you can expect to see more of in the not too distant future. Jay will be grabbing stuff like this and going on to the Rust Kit channel. And the Rust Kit channel, I did start it. I'll put a link up in case you wonder what the bloody hell we're going on about. I did start the Rust Kit channel, but it's something that I'm going to let Jay do more of so that we can bring you more content. I will still keep dipping my hands in with quick videos every now and then for that, but I'll be spending the majority of my time on the main channel, although you will start seeing Jay working on content for the main channel as well. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff. So we've got 2 channels, all a part of Time to Live Media. But yeah, so first look has already been done on this. And then what we'll be doing is Jay will be doing a lot of the bigger stuff first, hands-on, smashing it up. Very much like a kind of Linus-y sort of style, you know, hands-on type thing. And then I'll save the big kind of over-spoken, lasts forever, every kind of nat's ass content, takes 3 hours of your life to watch it kind of videos for the main channel. I'm going to be trying to do more big stuff like the big graphics card stuff as well, because I'll obviously have Jay as an extra pair of hands to help me with stuff, so I could be doing something here while he's setting something else up. But also Jay's going to be doing a lot more kind of the basic content as well, stuff that I may not want to cover on the big channel because I kind of see you guys as all being fairly knowledgeable, but some of the stuff for beginners we're probably going to end up putting more on Rust Kit, so there will be a good difference between the 2 brands. So yeah, furniture is going to be changing. Something else, decorator coming in. Walls are going to be changing colour, and that's because I'm kind of jumping on that and capitalising at the point I know I need to get stuff changed, but they're not going to be blue anymore, and that is going to be something that I am now openly willing to admit is something we're working towards with the website and the forums as well. It's not going to be an overnight thing, so it does take a fucking age to get designs sorted out, and then, you know, colours that you're happy with, and even down to things like just the right shade for the text on highlighted fonts and stuff. It's a nightmare that I'm not just willing to just go in there. And whereas a lot of other places just lose like WordPress and add modules, and it's all kind of like all very much samey same. What we do is, and our site is at the minute, but it's going to be even more so when it changes, it's going to be custom built from the ground up. Even the content management system in the back end is going to be completely, you know, it will be a one-off. It's getting made for us. So that's why we take a little bit longer maybe, and I'm a complete fucking pain in the arse as well, because I don't like that tiny little thing, and it couldn't take like another 4 hours for someone to render something because I didn't specifically like a font or a colour, or yeah, it's a nightmare. But anyway, so bear with us. Now I've kind of settled in with the whole having to run the website and paperwork and invoicing and all that kind of stuff, and Jay's a good lad, and I'm hoping he's going to stick around, and we're going to start, you know, really smashing some more stuff out. There are even the possibilities of writer positions for the main website as well. People keep offering me to make videos for me, but that's not what I want. I need to have a very tight grasp on that side of thing, but there are kind of writing positions that are going to be available for the main website soon. But so there is an awful lot going on. I can't kind of explain, you know, the size of my plate and everything that I'm kind of moving around to try and get done at the minute, but it's all there, and hopefully by maybe Easter sort of time, which is just after my birthday, you will start to see some huge changes. Because the camera's getting changed, we're changing audio, The lights may be getting changed again, although I've just found some epic bulbs. I'm really happy with these bulbs. They do properly make me like it's like I'm looking at the sun, so I have to look at the camera. So yeah, there is an awful lot of stuff that I am working on. So yes, I'm going to leave this here actually. I need to find my remote. I'm going to leave this here. I do need to kind of go back to my... And yes, this has been Tiny Tom Logan with the news. So yeah, let me know what you think about this kind of layout as well, because with the new desk, this will be a lot easier for me to do. Although something I did notice is that I don't like the door being visible here. And it does kind of drive me nuts a bit, and I can't really move over without losing this desk here, so it does make things awfully complicated. But anyway, if I had my way, I'd need an office like this just to work and build in, and then another room this size just to video in, and then another room this size just for me to be able to store stuff and then find it easily. So yeah, maybe I just need to get a bigger office, but at the minute I have to kind of, you know, make do. But for now at least, that's a rather lengthy subscriber video, considering I have had to film this end section since the Titan twice, and I've probably missed stuff, and I can't remember whether I've said stuff 2 or 3 times anyway. So yeah, for now at least, this has been Tiny Tom Logan with the news. Good night.